Go ahead. Tell the truth.
No, it was hardly love at first sight.
He knocked right into me.
It was a crowded bar.
I spilled my beer all over my white dress.
I offered to buy her another one.
A drink, not a dress.
She says...
No, thank you.
So, I asked for her number.
I gave him my email address. You never know what kind of crazies are out there.
So I left the bar and I emailed her right away. And now these were the days of dial-up, so it took fucking forever. But she was worth it.
His message was actually very sweet and very well written. He began with a "Dear Amy," and he signed it, "Your friend Bob." And he even spelled the word "your" correctly.
I checked the dictionary 3 times just to make sure.
So I agreed to go out with him as long as we went someplace nice.
I took her to Chili's.
Not my first choice, but it suited us just fine. And we had a lovely time talking about
her job, her family, her ex-boyfriend.
He was a real gentleman. He paid for dinner and then he drove me home. I really wanted to ask him inside.
She didn't ask me inside.
I didn't want to move too fast, but we did go on another date. And then a second, and a third. And then came Christmas and birthdays. A year later, he proposed.
Strike while the iron's hot, you know?
I said yes.
And thank God. You know how expensive this ring was?
And we went into full-fledged wedding planning mode.
She planned the wedding. I watched the Yankees.
And then things got a little...
complicated.
A few months before our wedding, I was diagnosed with leukemia. The doctor, he said...
He said it didn't look so good.
I got really depressed.
I hated seeing her so sad. I hated feeling like there was nothing that I could do. So
He took me to Argentina.
She had always wanted to go.
We danced the tango, and then we eloped.
And had a fucking great stay.
It was perfect.
She was so beautiful.
I enjoyed every second of it. And good thing, because things weren't so great when we got home. I was pale and fatigued and losing a lot of weight.
She still was so beautiful.
Well, I went to the emergency room just to be safe.
I was a nervous wreck.
But I told him everything would be fine and that we'd be doing the tango again in no time.
Amy was always so much stronger than I was. Even as she lay in that hospital bed, so tired, she showed no fear. There were times when she even smiled.
We were together. That's all I needed.
I would have done anything to save her. And the things that I said to her doctor, I wouldn't repeat now to my worst enemy. But imagine watching the one person you love more than anything in the world endure so much pain. And it doesn't even seem like her anymore because she can't even eat her favorite ice cream. It's just sitting by the bed. And you want the whole thing to be over. But you don't want to let her go. And for a brief moment, you wonder which one of you has it worse. And then you feel so fucking guilty because you're sitting there squeezing her hand and you look up and there's your wife and she's smiling. I mean, she is actually smiling. And you think to yourself, all right, maybe things are going to be okay. But then there's more complications and...
I died on September 28th, 2007.
It's been quite a few years since Amy's passed, and whoever says that it gets easier, well, I guess they've never spilled a beer on a beautiful woman.